I'm Chase Blackburn, and you're watching The Big Blue View.
Hey Giants fans, welcome back to another edition of The Big Blue View. I'm your host, Sean Kerr. As you can see, we're here with New York Giants Chase Blackburn. Chase, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm spectacular.
That's good.
There are things in this world, we all get phone calls, but I think this man right here has got us all beat as far as phone calls go. You got a phone call last year. Tell us about it.
Man, as you know, late in the season after the Monday night loss, I was sitting at home on the couch with the family the next morning, hanging out and playing with the boys, and my phone started ringing on the couch. I was on the floor with my son playing, and my wife was up there, and she's like, "Your phone's ringing." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just the Giants. Don't, no big deal." So she's like, "I kept ringing." So I walked over and picked it up. As soon as I picked it up, I have the Giants saved in there, so I had to show her, like, no, really, it's the Giants calling. Thank goodness it had another ring in it, and I was able to answer and got the phone call and asked me to come back.
And how quick were you, from home, ready to go?
I was there that day. I got the phone call in the morning. Was on the first flight out. I had about maybe a half hour or so to get my stuff packed and on the way to the airport.
And prior to getting that phone call and prior to coming back, what were you doing before the phone call?
I was working out and training and everything, hanging out with the family, enjoying time with my two young sons and my wife. So that was the majority of my time. I was getting ready to do student teaching at a school back in Ohio, but fortunately for me and for the kids probably, I was able to come back to play football.
When you were sitting home on the couch watching TV, did you ever think that you would be intercepting a pass from Tom Brady in the Super Bowl?
Not at that point. I can tell you it was a long way away from being on the couch to being in the Super Bowl. But obviously once that opportunity arose, I was more than happy to take advantage of it. And I'm just thank God that I was able to and that He prepared me for it.
I mean, the Giants had a couple of what it seems like Cinderella stories during last season. I mean, Mark Herzlich was one. Chad Jones is a development that's happening. You're definitely one of them. You came back and immediately were an impact player and definitely earned your spot for this coming season. And your position at middle linebacker is one of the most difficult linebacker positions in the defense or in the defense as a whole. How do you wrap your head around that?
It's awesome, to be a part of it again and be accepted to come back halfway through the season and be able to play and made an impact the way I was able to is like you said, it's a great story, but I'm looking to move forward, looking to get a whole season on my belt hopefully this year and have another good season. It brought to my attention, Antonio Pierce, I was talking to him after, a few weeks ago, and he said, there's only 3 New York Giants starting linebackers to start and win a Super Bowl at the middle linebacker position. And, that's something to be said about that.
That's for sure. And now, do you see any movement within the linebacking core this coming season? I know Michael Boley was a stand-up player last season. You absolutely. Do you see any shifting going on there at all? Is there any talk of that? Or?
Oh, we haven't really got into that yet. I'm sure there'll be talk about what's going to happen and, how to best utilize all our players. We have some great talent on defense all the way around. So how we're going to utilize it and what packages and different things like that, we'll see when it happens. And, it doesn't really matter as long as we continue to win football games.
And you seem to have had a knack for intercepting balls from some of the premier quarterbacks in the league. You had an Aaron Rodgers interception. Where's that ball?
It's actually just got painted up. It's in the locker right now. I'll be taking it home here soon.
And where's the Tom Brady Super Bowl interception?
That's still being painted up. I'm waiting for that one. I got a spot in the trophy case for that one when we get back.
And what about the Super Bowl ring itself? When is that? Is that coming soon?
The 16th. We get that. We're going to go to Tiffany's and enjoy the ceremony, celebrate one more time with the family before we continue, completely kind of turn a page to the next chapter and the next season.
And where do you see, Justin Tuck came out recently, said that we will definitely be making the playoffs. So where do you see the Giants this upcoming season with the new additions and some of the departures?
Obviously, on paper, we look great. It's one of the things where, this time of year, everyone thinks they're going to win. And it's good to have that confidence. But at the same time, you still have to play. You still got to gel as a team, come together and unify and make plays on the football field.
Cool. Chase Blackburn, New York Giants, thank you for your time.
No doubt. Thank you.